Hi everyone, my name is Monique, and today I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of a game called Aerion. This is a game designed by Shadi Torbey and published by inPatience. And recently I did another solo playthrough for a game called Aerion, which was the latest installment in what's called the Oniverse. This game is the one that came before that. And so I guess I'm going to be doing an Oniverse series, playing through all the games that have come out. Now, this one was released in 2019, and so of course features the same sort of art style that is very characteristic of all of the games in the Oniverse series. But this time, this game features dice. And so as per usual, I'm going to start with a very quick teach of the game and then go straight into my solo playthrough and end with a review. If you'd like to jump around, I'll include timestamps in the description below. Lastly, if you enjoy content like this and would like to see more in the future, including more solo content, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, let's get started. So if you please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a solo game of Aerion. Welcome to the world of ships and blueprints and materials and dice. Now in Aerion, the concept of this game is actually quite simple. We are just trying to build these 6 different ships. So one side of the ship shows the actual drawing, I suppose, of what the ship looks like. And on the other side is what we need to construct it. And so each ship requires 3 different elements. They need a blueprint, a material card, as well as a crew card. And so all of the cards in the game are separated into these 6 decks. And on the back of each card, it tells you what type of card you'll see in the deck. There's 6 different types of blueprints, and their symbols are all along the bottom of the cards. As an example, if I wanted to build this ship, I would need to find this specific blueprint, which is going to be located in this deck only. As for materials, there are 3 different types of materials, and where you can find them is at the top right-hand corner of each deck. And then there are 2 different types of crew members, and they're on the top left-hand corner. You're going to have either this type of crew member or this type. And so the way that the game works is each round, I'm going to be rolling all 6 of these dice and trying to acquire one of the cards. And so let's just say, for example, I rolled that, which is 1 1, 2 2s, a 4, and 2 5s. Whoa! 2 5s. Oh my goodness. There you go. Now, in order to acquire one of these cards, I need to roll a specific combination that's shown on that deck. So we have here 2 pairs, which is AA and BB, which I can acquire with my current roll because I have 2 2s and 2 5s. This deck requires me to roll 3 of a kind. This one looks like 3 of a kind and a pair. And so you kind of get the point as to how I'm going to be acquiring these. Now, I do want to mention that anytime you see several pairs, such as this deck here, which requires 3 pairs, they do not have to be pairs of different numbers. So if I rolled a 4 of a kind and a pair, I could still acquire this because it's as if the 2 A's and the 2 B's are all the same number, if that makes sense. The only thing that's specific is this deck, the A, B, C, D, and E, which actually requires you to roll a straight. So I would have to roll unique numbers 1 through 5 or 2 through 6. Now, in acquiring a card, you have 2 different workshops that you can be working on at any given time. But the rule here is you have to add the crew member last. So there is a bit of an order when it comes to building these ships. In addition to these different elements, you're also going to see these book cards. And you have a separate pulpit for these book cards. Whenever you acquire them, they'll stay there until you decide to use it. And so this is sort of a tool in the game that helps make the game a little bit easier because I find it to be quite hard, actually. The books allow you to either re-roll up to 3 times, or when acquiring an element card, you can place it into your reserve if you don't want to add it to either of your workshops. Maybe you need it for a different type of ship later on. Or you can discard this to draw 2 discarded cards from the same discard pile and place it on top of its deck. And so on the topic of re-rolling, if after I roll my dice, I decide that there is no card that I can acquire, or I'm really looking to acquire a very specific card, I can choose to re-roll any number of my dice. But in order to do that, I need to choose one of the cards in the display to discard, like that, into its corresponding discard pile. And if after re-rolling, I still don't like my result and I want to re-roll again, I can continue discarding cards. I won't be able to replace the cards until the end of my turn, but this is sort of a way for you to try to get the card that you need. Now, if there's only 1 card left because I've re-rolled so many times and I still don't want to, or I can't take that card, then I would discard it and basically just sacrifice my turn and move on to the end of my turn, which is replenishing all of the displays by drawing the top card from its corresponding deck. I'm just going to go ahead and reset this now. And that's essentially it. As soon as I acquire all 3 elements for one of these ship tokens, then I can flip it over, it's been built, I discard those cards, and I move on to my next turn. And as soon as all 6 ships have been built, then I win the game. However, if all of the card decks get depleted as well as the display before I'm able to do that, then I lose the game. And by the way, each card also has a little bit of a player aid at the bottom here that basically tells you which ships you can use the card for. So that's sort of handy. And I'll probably be using that to make it a bit easier. Now, the last thing is the game also comes with 3 of these pixie tokens. I've decided to just have all 3 of them in play, and I'm going to wait until the absolute last moment to use them. Because on your turn, when you're rolling dice, you can just spend one of these to just change a die to whatever value you want. So it is a very, very helpful tool. All right, I hope that made sense. And if not, I'm going to go ahead and get started so you'll see it in action. But just so you know, I lost the last time I played. I'm going to try to do better this time. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and start by rolling my dice. And I really don't know what I want. I guess it's an open field. So I have, I have 2 2s, 2 6s, a 1 and a 5. Okay, so I can only get I can only take this card, which is really unfortunate because this is a crew card. I cannot add it to any of my workshops yet. Wow, we're starting the game a bit rough. So I am actually going to discard it. I'm going to discard it so that I could re-roll, and I think I will keep the 2 2s and the 2 6s and just re-roll the other 2. Oh my gosh, please give me something. Okay, so we now have a 3 of a kind, which is the 3 6s and the 2 2s, which means I can take either the book card or this material. I really want to start building ships, so I'm going to take this material card and place it into my first workshop here. So now that I have a material card, I need to find the blueprint that goes with it, and then finally add a crew card. So this material is going to go towards either one of these 2 ships. I'm just going to place it nearby just so I can remember. It's interesting because now the blueprints that I need are going to be in either this deck or this one, and neither of them are going to get replenished until I actually either acquire these 2 cards or discard them. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish out the turn by flipping over some new cards, and then I'm going to roll again. I can actually just start working on the next ship. I guess it would be ideal for me to take this card so that I can work on the next ship, or take that book card. Here we go. 3 in a row, please. Okay, I don't have that. I have 1 pair. I have a 1, 2, 3, a pair, and a 6. No. I'm going to hold these 2. I'm going to discard the book card so that I can re-roll these 4, and then maybe later I can replenish that and find the blueprint that I need. Here we go. I have a pair of 6s. All right, so I have a pair of 6s and a pair of 5s, and these 2 are dead to me. So I could take this. I could take this material. And if so, then this would be going towards this card. This ship. Or it would go towards this ship, which is actually not bad because I already have the blueprint for it showing. So I'm going to take it. So 2 pairs, which are the 2 6s and 2 5s for the AA plus BB. And this is going to go into my second workshop, because now I am starting on another ship. And now I cannot start a third workshop. These are the only 2 that I'm currently working on. Oh boy. All right, let's go to end of turn. And then I'm gonna roll again. Let's see if we can roll this combination. So it's a 3 of a kind and a pair. I will be quite happy. So here we go. Please. No. I have 2 pairs again. Is that the most common roll? I don't know what the statistics are here, but here we go. 2 pairs will get me a book card. So maybe it's time that we acquired a book card because we need something in our pulpit. Let's do it. So I'm going to take this, and now I have everything in my work desk, I suppose, filled. The only other spot is for a reserve card that I can only fill by spending my book card. So let's go to the end of turn and start anew. Please, please. I need a 3 of a kind and a pair. Did I get it? I think I got it. So I have a pair of 4s, and then I have 3 3s. Hey, fantastic. All right. So that means we can take this card because it's the 3A and 2B combination. And this is a blueprint that I need for this ship. So now I've kind of sealed the deal on which ship I'm building with this workshop, and it's going to be this one. So all I need now is this specific crew card, which is going to be this card right here, which means I need either 2 3-of-a-kinds or 3 pairs. Okay, that is quite specific, but at least we are so much closer to actually building a ship, right? All right, let's go into the next turn. And I do have this book card at my disposal, which will allow me to reroll up to 3 times, so that's nice. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 4-of-a-kind. Oh no, I don't know what the smarter move would be here, because I have my tunnel vision on this card. But in order for me to take it, I would essentially need to roll either another pair with these 2 or just 2 more 2s. So do I discard this to just take the 4-of-a-kind card and place it into my reserve? Or do I discard it and re-roll 3 times? That's the question. It's tough. I think I'm going to discard this either way. So when you discard it, it goes back to its respective discard deck. And I'm just going to re-roll 3 times and hope I either get another pair or 2 2s, I guess. Please, please. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at dice games and deciding whether to hold something back. Like, should I hold back a 4 now and then try to re-roll this and see if I can get a 4? You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hold back the 4 and just see what I roll. That's 1. And here's re-rolling 2. Oh my gosh, I re-rolled a 5. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that again, which is really risky. And I rolled a 6. Okay. So I re-rolled 3 times. So I have to discard something if I want to continue rolling, and I'm very stubborn. I'm just going to re-roll this one. Please, just give me a 6. 6, 1. Oh no, I want this so badly. Can you tell why I lost last time? I'm going to discard this and re-roll this again. Please give me a 6. It's a 4. I should have kept the 4. You know, I am so deep already. Let's just keep going, right? I'm really hoping for a 6. Please. Oh, it's another 4. You know what I'm doing it? I'm caving because I'm a bit traumatized from the last time I played this. I'm going to use a pixie token. So I'm discarding this. I'm going to just turn this into a 6. That's right, folks. I did it. But not before discarding 3 cards. So now I have everything I need for this crew card. So I'm adding it to that workshop. It is complete. I have this blueprint, this material, and then that crew card. So I can flip it over and I have built my first ship. And I guess I'll just, I don't know, I'll just put it back. So these cards get discarded into their own corresponding decks. So there we are. All right, I said I would try to wait until the absolute last moment to use the pixie token, and that was not it, definitely, but I am not proudful. I just want to maybe try to win this game this time. So here we go. Let's move on to the next turn. So now we have an open workshop, so we can literally start on any of the other available ships, or I can try to find a blueprint for this, which this is actually going to work for that. I would just need 4-of-a-kind, which I had last turn and decided to sort of waste. All right, here we go. What are you? A 2. Okay, so I have 2 pairs again. I have 2 1s, 2 4s, a 2, and a 6. Gosh, 2 pairs are the worst. They really are. I'm going to hold on to these 2. And I'm going to discard this one to reroll these two dice. Please give me, okay. I have a 3-of-a-kind and a pair. So I could take this card. Or this one, really. What do I have left? Does anything require this material? This ship requires that material. And, oh, these are the only 2 ships that require this material. The problem is, if I get started on the second ship, I need to try to make space to find the blueprint in that deck for that ship. So I will take this one. So this is going to be for the 3-of-a-kind. So I'm placing that into my second workshop. All right, next turn. Let's go. This is tough. Here we go. I'm so bad at rolling dice. Dice hate me. Do they hate you too? Because I think that's a common feeling. Here we go. All right, so we have 2 1s, a 2, 4, 5, 6. Ah, we just have 1 pair. That's nothing. That's a big nothing. So I'm going to hold back the pair of 1s. And then what do we want to discard? I do need to find a blueprint in this deck, so just discard that. I'm going to have a really big problem when it comes to finding crew cards of this specific crew. Here we go. Oh, so this is a 2. So I rolled a 3 of a kind and a pair of 2s. I have to discard again. I've discarded so many of these crew types. I'm gonna discard this one. And I'm just gonna re-roll this 1. I really need either another 1 or another 2, honestly. Let's go. What are you? Oh, it's a 2, okay. So I now have enough to take a book. And I think I'm gonna take it because the books are very useful. So, all right, let's move on to the next turn. What do I need this blueprint. This one and a blueprint that's in one of these 3 decks. And so none of those are showing right now. So let's see if we can get this 4 of a kind. Okay, I have 2 3s. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have enough for this blueprint. And I feel like, oh my gosh, that is such a hard thing to roll for me that I think I should just take it. I'm gonna just take it. So I'm gonna discard this book card. And it allows me to acquire the card into my reserve. So now in the future, I can just move it over when I'm working on a ship that requires this. And this is gonna get discarded over there. All right, let's move on to the next turn. Okay, we have another book card, which is nice because you can only hold at most 1 book card at any given time. So I could take that. Still good. Oh my gosh, the suspense. Okay, so I have 2 5s, 1, 2, 4, and 6. Ugh, still nothing. So let's just discard this book. This is so hard. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll these 4 and hope I roll some 5s. I rolled 1 5. So I have a 3 of a kind and a pair. Gosh, I need this so badly. I'm gonna discard this to re-roll these 3 and hope I roll 1 5. Yes! Finally, something went my way. Okay, so I have a 4 of a kind. And I'm going to take this card with it. It's the blueprint needed for this ship. So now I'm definitely working on this ship with that combination of cards. And the last thing that I need for it is this specific crew card. So I'm now hoping to roll a 3 of a kind. I've sacrificed so many of these crew cards already that I'm going to need a book probably eventually to fish them back out of their discards. So here we go. I need either a 3 of, well, I just need a 3 of a kind, really. Let's see. Okay, so 2 5s and then nothing else. I'm going to hold on to the 2 5s and I'm going to discard this. Let's try to roll just 1 more 5. 1 more 5 is all I need. Okay, I got it. So I technically have a 3 of a kind. No, that's it. Yeah, I have a 3 of a kind. So I'm going to take it. Let's not get greedy now. And I'm going to complete this ship. All right. So we have the blueprint, the material, and then the crew. Let's flip it over and see what it looks like. Which way is up? Would you ride in this ship? Anyway, it's complete. So we are 2 out of the 6 ships needed in order to win. I don't feel like it's looking good though, honestly, because we are starting to run out of cards, I think. So, well, those are the blueprints there. The good thing is now that this is cleared out, I do have this blueprint in my reserve that I could choose to move at any time. So I don't need to move that over now because it'll start sealing the deal for which ship I'm going to need to work on. So let's just roll and see what we get. It's a lot of crew cards. Okay, so I have a 3 of a kind. Where were you earlier? Which means I could take this blueprint. Now, what does this need? This material needs a blueprint from either this deck or this one. So I'm not going to get there with the cards that I'm showing here. And even though I can take this blueprint card, I really want to try to flush through the decks to try to find the cards that I need. And the only material that's going to be showing in this deck is this one, which I really don't need anymore because this workshop is going to be working on this ship, and these are the only 3 ships I have left to construct. So, and none of them are showing that specific material. So I really don't need to go fishing through that deck, if that makes sense. On the other hand, I guess I do need this blueprint though for this ship. So I guess I'll just take it. So I rolled a 3 of a kind and I'll take that card. Here we go. Oh, now all the blueprints come out. Oh my gosh, I can't take any of these. That is hilarious. I cannot take any of these, which means I think I have to discard them all. Because according to the rules, if ever you cannot take a card or you don't want to, you have to re-roll and discard a card until there's only 1 card left. And if you still can't acquire that one, you discard that and move on to your next turn. And the reason why I can't acquire any of them is because this needs an element, or a material, sorry, and there are no materials showing. This needs specifically this blueprint, which is found in this deck, and then all of the crew cards can only be added last. So I don't have a book. I'm in trouble. I'm just going to discard them all, I guess, and then move on to the next turn. Oh no, these are the last cards in their decks. Oh my gosh, pain. Can I take anything here? I can take the books, so let's roll. Okay, I have 2 5s. Oh, I have 3 pairs. Ugh, now I'm rolling these. Well, the 3 pairs are exactly what I need for this blueprint, which I needed for this card, and now the crew card I need are these. I've discarded them all. Well, let's take this, and hopefully, I don't even know anymore. Let's go. 3 of a kind, sorry. 3 6s and 2 5s. That is enough for this book. Let's take the book card. Come on, speed round. Okay, that is a crew that I need. Okay, so I do have a book card. That does feel good. Let's do it again. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so lucky. Okay, we have 3 1s and 2 3s, which is this card. I'm going to complete my 3rd ship. So we have material, blueprint, right? Yes, and the crew. Okay, so this is what the ship looks like. Oh, I would not ride in this ship. That is really scary. So let's go ahead and discard these. And this goes there. Okay, this is the final card in this deck, and it happens to be a book card, which means I'm going to need to start discarding these to take the cards that I need from their decks. I only have these 3 left, which is this ship and then, this one. So I don't have that material out there. I do have this blueprint. I'm going to need to really fish through these 2 decks because that's where I need to find the materials. Some of the decks are harder, obviously, to get cards from. So anyway, let's roll. Okay, so 2 pairs. I have 2 6s and 2 5s. I think I'm going to re-roll just so I can fish through these decks. So I'm going to discard this, hoping that the cards that I need are in here. Now what do I need to re-roll? It's the question. I guess I'll keep the 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then hope to roll a 2 so that I could take this card. The book, let's see. All right, I rolled a 2. So I'm going to take this, which means I'm going to spend this first to take 2 cards that I need and place it on top of the deck. So 3A and 2B, that's there. I'm going to look through this. I can take 2 cards from here. I'm just going to take these 2 and place them on top of the deck because I really do need this element, which means there's another one in here. There are more in there. So I'm just going to place these both on top. That's going to show up definitely next turn. And then with the cards, the dice that I rolled, the 2 through 6, I'm taking this book. Okay, here we go. I do still have those 2 pixies, and I am not above using them. So let's try. Oh, the other one that I need is there. Okay, let's try again. So I have 2. You know what? I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is exactly this. So I'm going to take this and place it into my second workshop. And now I can move this over because I'm constructing this this ship. Oh, I need one of those, the blue crew members, and I don't know if they're in here. which means I may need to discard this to take from their discard piles. Oh boy, let's do it. I'm gonna discard this now, and then try to find those crew cards. I really just need one. So what I'll do is I'll take these two and I'll place them on top because they're basically gonna form the new draw pile. And those are the two cards that I need for both of these. So let's see if we can make that work. Okay, this is the final card in this deck. Stressful. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we have 2, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm rolling a bunch of those. I really need to roll this. So I think I can discard this card to roll, let's see, I have 2 5s. So I'm just gonna hold on to the 2 5s and maybe a 4, and then see what I can make with these 3. I don't know if that was smart or not. Okay, I do have a pair and a 3 of a kind, so I will take the book. Whew. Okay, let's go. So now I have the crew card showing that I need for this ship. I'm gonna try and see if I can get it. 2 3s, a 4. Okay, so I have a pair. So I'm gonna discard this card because I only really need one more of those to re-roll. I'm gonna keep the 4. I'm gonna re-roll these 3 and see what I can make with it. Okay, so I have a 3 of a kind here. Is it pixie time? Is it pixie time? Let's do it. I'm gonna discard a pixie and I'm gonna turn this into a 4. So I now have my 3 of a kind and pair for this card. So I'm gonna add it to this workshop. I've built this ship because I have the material, the blueprint, and now the crew. So there's that ship. I need 2 more. I need this one as well. So I'm gonna discard these. All right, let's move on to the next turn. Things are getting really messy, really messy. Okay, great. So I need one of these 2 for here, and then I need a whole new set for that card, for that ship. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I have a 3 of a kind. What does this ship need? This ship needs this blueprint, this, and this crew. But this needs that crew as well. So this is done. I don't need that deck anymore. So I'm gonna hold on to the 3 6s and the 5, and I'm gonna discard this card, knowing that I don't really need it anymore, to re-roll them and see if I can get just 1 5. 1 5. Perfect. Okay, so that is what I need for this card. It's going to go into this workshop, and now all I need is this crew member. Now that this deck is depleted, we don't get a card into the display. So that's just too bad for me. So let's try to get a 4 of a kind. Oh, okay. So I rolled 3 5s. I'm going to use this to re-roll up to 3 times because if anything, I already have a 3 of a kind to take another book card. So let's re-roll these 3 and just really try to get a 5. Nope. That's 1. There we go. I got my 5. Okay, so I needed the 4 of a kind for this crew member who is going to be the final element in this ship. I have my blueprint, my material, and then my crew member. So let's see what we have. Oh, that's cute. I'd write in that, I think. Maybe. So this is going to go there, there, and there. Okay, so we are down to our final ship, which requires these 2 and one of these crew members to come out. So let's see if we can find it. No. So I could get a book card and then discard it to fish through the discard piles for the crew member that I need, which I think I could get in this deck. So let's see. Here we go. I have a 3 of a kind and a pair. So I'm going to do this for this book card, which I think I will also discard now before I start my next turn, I guess, to fish through this deck and find, oh, no, wait, no, that's not the final answer. This is not the deck that has the crew member that I need. Wait, no, wait, I'm not going to take this. I changed my mind. I'm going to discard this one because that'll help me go through this deck, and I'm going to try to take that card. So I just need to roll a 1. So here we go. No, didn't work. I can't really discard much else, but I have to take something. So I think I have to take this. I don't think I have a choice now. And I'm just gonna move on to the next turn. Oh, here are all the books. Okay, okay. Trouble is brewing. I should have used this. Let's just roll. Okay, I have a pair. I have 2 1s, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I can roll a 2, I can take this. I will discard my book, I guess. Oh, I'm making wrong decisions now. I'm just going to re-roll these 2, hoping for a 2. I just need 1 2. Okay. Oh, I can re-roll 3 times. So that's 1. This is 2. Okay. Here's 3. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have nothing. I have 1 pair, the 2 4s. So I'm going to discard this and I'm just going to roll again, hoping for that 2. I've kind of put myself in this position. Oh, do I use the last pixie? This is looking real grim. I'm going to use the last pixie. I needed to do it. I needed to do it. I needed to do it. I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Taking this and moving on to the next round. Oh my gosh, it's so slim. Okay, I just need 2 pairs. I need 2 pairs. Let's see. I have 2. Oh, I have a 3. I have a 3 of a kind. Oh, it's so tempting to just keep rolling for the 4 of a kind. But I have my 2 pairs that I need to take this blueprint. So at least I'm a blueprint and I'm a blueprint and a material in. I literally just need this crew. Come back. Okay, here we go. We do have some book cards showing. So it's gonna come to the very end here. Let's see what we can roll. Okay, I have 3 1s. Oh, I have 2 pairs. So I'm gonna use it to take this book, which I am going to spend now. Let's see. I think I'll spend it. Do I spend it? I'm gonna spend it. What is the easiest thing to roll? I'm gonna go for this. So I'm just gonna take these 2 and place them at the top of their draw decks, just to try to find that crew card. And then hopefully I can roll a straight to win the game. For the win, please. Okay, that's definitely not it, but I do have 2 pairs. I'm going to, well, let's see, I have 1, 3, 4, 5. If I roll a 2 and a 6, really. If I roll a 2 and a 6, then I can win this. So I really don't need the 1. I just need the 2 and the 6. So I'm going to discard this card and re-roll these 3. And hopefully I can roll a 2 and a 6. Oh my gosh. That's like exactly what I don't need. I'm gonna discard that. I'm doing it. Discarding the book. And please, 2 and a 6. Okay, I have a 6. I can't take it. I can't take it, so I have to discard it. Oh, this is so stressful. Okay. Okay, we can do it. I just need a straight. I just need a straight. Oh my gosh, now I have the 4 of a kind, but I don't need that. Well, we are in this position, so I don't have a choice. I have to discard that. And I have a 5, a 2. Do I keep the 1? That sort of puts me in a... I guess I'm just going to reroll these and hope for the best. Come on, for the win. So I have a 4. I have another 2. This isn't it. I have to discard this too. Am I doing something wrong? Did I play this incorrectly? I hope not, but I can't take it. And I can't discard another card. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't take this either. I will have to discard it. I think this is the end. This is the end. Is this the... Oh, this is... No, hold on. It's not the end because I can still take this. This is like really desperate. Okay, I can still take this and use it. There's a thing. So 2 4s. No, that's it. That's it. That is the end of me because I couldn't take this. I've lost. I've never won this game. What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? Please let me know. But anyway, we lost because I was down to my final ship here. and I was not able to get the crew card that I needed to complete this ship. So there we go. That is Aerion. This is a really hard game for me. I find this to be wildly more difficult than Stellarion because you're kind of at the mercy of your dice, and you have to make decisions based off of what your dice are showing and when the book cards appear. So there's a lot of like chance that you're juggling. And so I wonder if the difficulty level of this game sort of played a role in how he designed Stellarion, because Stellarion came after this. And Stellarion, the base game, this is the base game of this game. And it does come with expansions, but I haven't been able to incorporate the expansions yet because I cannot win the base game. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe I'm just not very good at making the decisions that I need to make, because you really are juggling the decisions between which book card, when do I take the book card, and then when do I use it, because the book cards can be used in 3 different ways, and all of them can be helpful in different situations. And then you're constantly trying to juggle which 2 ships to work on, but you don't know which cards are going to come up next. You can sort of make educated decisions based off of the which decks the cards are going to appear in, but you don't know when they're going to come, and you don't sort of have that control that you had in Stellarion. So anyway, that is sort of the extent of my experience with this game in particular. Like I was mentioning, it does come with expansions, and I sort of know what they include, but I can't really speak on them because unlike Stellarion, where I was able to incorporate the expansions, I really haven't gone past the base game of this. And to be clear, even though I'm terrible at this game, I actually prefer it over Stellarion because of its lack of control. As for expansions, the game comes with 6 of them. And again, I haven't played with any of them, but I do know how a few of them work. This is a flagship token and the factory cards that come with the first expansion. The factory cards, they each come with a different sort of ability. For example, this one says you can acquire crew cards before blueprints and materials. Oh my gosh, that's so good. But I believe you only play with 2 of these per game. And then, so this obviously makes the game a little bit easier, but the flagship token, you still have to be able to build. So it does give you a 7th ship, I believe, that you have to build in order to win the game. So a little bit easier and a little bit harder. The next expansion are the Hourglasses, I guess, expansion that includes these 24 Hourglass cards. They make the game a little bit more difficult because there's an additional win condition that requires you to also collect all 6 of the Hourglass types. And so these are used the same way as the other resource cards, and they're shuffled into their respective decks as well. So that is expansion number 2. There are also a couple of expansions that feature these stone clouds and hammerbird cards. To tell you the truth, I don't quite understand exactly how this expansion works. It sounds really complicated, but there are also these hammerbird eggs. And I believe with these, you place them into their respective decks, just like the other expansion cards, and you cannot discard them, unlike the other cards, from the display in order to reroll and such. You have to acquire them when you can, I guess. And if you do, you can discard any number of these to take that many cards from a discarded deck, I believe. I think that's how it works. I have not played with them. But this is quite the world. We have hourglasses, we have birds and stone clouds. And just to kind of show you briefly, there's also an expansion that features piers, as well as outposts, I think these are called, with the Hellkite. And so these expansions are different from the expansions that come with Stellarion in the sense that they actually change the game up quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure how these other expansions work. The first 2 were a lot simpler, so that's why I kind of was able to speak on them. But the other ones are a lot more complicated, and they really do change the gameplay a bit. So I know that this is now a total mess, but there is a lot of game in Aerion, and I really do prefer this over Stellarion so far. And there you have it. That is Aerion. If you have any experience with any of these games, please let me know which one is your favorite and any advice for winning this dice rolling game. But I think I'm going to try to play through the rest of the games that I have in the Oniverse series. I think I might be missing one, but we'll see what I'm able to do. But until then, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was enjoyable and helpful. And if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!